The US is slowly and quietly destroying Singapore. But how exactly? Even though Singapore is a small country, it's one of the top global financial hubs and has a strong high-income economy. America has played an important role in shaping modern Singapore, especially in areas like economic growth, security, and education. After Singapore became independent in 1965, the US became a key partner, helping it grow into the successful city-state it is today. US companies were some of the first foreign investors in Singapore, bringing money, technology, and knowledge. By building factories and setting up regional offices, these companies help Singapore's economy grow, especially in fields such as electronics, finance, and biotechnology. Aside from the economic aspect, the US also played a major role in strengthening Singapore's security. American military support, including training and advanced technology, boosted Singapore's defense capabilities. Regular visits from the US Navy and logistical support have also helped Singapore become an important security partner in the Asia-Pacific region. In education, America's influence is clear in Singapore's adoption of some elements of the US education system. You might be wondering, how could America possibly destroy the very nation it helped build? The irony is that the real issue lies in the fact that Singapore's economy, military, education, and everything else are deeply connected to the West. So what does that mean? If the American economy declines, so does Singapore's economy. The economic decline of both America and Europe is directly linked to the rise of BRICS and developing countries, which are changing global power dynamics. The BRICS nations, especially China and Russia, along with other emerging economies, are challenging the long-held dominance of Western countries by forming new economic alliances, moving trade away from the US dollar, and promoting growth in areas such as energy, technology, and manufacturing. As BRICS and other developing nations attract global investment, boost innovation, and expand trade networks, the US and European economies face reduced influence in global trade, more competition, and decreased demand for their currencies. For Singapore, which has a very open and globalized economy, these changes present potential risks. As we mentioned earlier, the city-state's strong economic connections to the US make it vulnerable to any downturns in the American economy, as weakened US demand could slow Singapore's export growth. Additionally, if Europe continues to struggle economically, Singapore's trade and financial sectors could also feel the impact due to less investment and consumption from key Western markets. However, it's important to keep in mind that Singapore's strategic location as a hub in Southeast Asia offers chances to shift toward emerging markets, especially in Asia. Yet, its dependence on Western economies makes navigating this transition difficult. For the sake of argument, imagine the US economy completely collapses. How will that affect Singapore? A collapse of the US economy would have far-reaching implications on Singapore. It would have significant impacts on Singapore's economy. One significant effect that will greatly impact Singapore is the withdrawal of capital. As global uncertainty and economic instability rise, investors tend to rethink their investments, leading to a reduction in risky investments. Singapore receives a significant amount of foreign direct investment, especially from companies based in America. When FDI decreases, it leads to various negative effects. One major impact is on the financial sector, which is essential to Singapore's economy and contributes greatly to its GDP. A decline in capital inflow can create liquidity problems for banks and financial institutions. When this happens, it can cause borrowing costs for both businesses and consumers to rise. Higher borrowing costs can reduce economic activity and slow down growth in the economy. Additionally, a decrease in capital can hurt investors' confidence in Singapore's financial markets. This loss of confidence may cause stock prices and foreign exchange rates to become more unstable. Businesses, small and big, are also vital to Singapore's economy as they drive innovation and help diversify the economy. But these businesses rely on external funding, especially from American investors. When capital is withdrawn, these businesses face serious challenges. Another crucial issue that will affect Singapore greatly is the presence of foreign military bases, especially the US military base in Singapore. One of the most pressing concerns is the potential for Singapore to become a target in the event of a conflict involving the US. In the event of a hot war between China and America, and let's say America uses the military base in Singapore, that automatically places Singapore as a target. Furthermore, the mere presence of US military base escalates regional tensions. Countries like China, Russia, and North Korea perceive the US military presence in the Asia-Pacific region as direct threat because the base could potentially be used in the event of a conflict between China and the US. Another critical issue is Singapore's growing dependency on foreign military support, especially from America. Relying heavily on the US can limit Singapore's autonomy in making foreign policy decisions, as we've seen in the past. For instance, Singapore voted in favor of sanctioning Russia. Finally, if tensions escalate between the US and China, Singapore will become caught in the crossfire. In such scenarios, the security and stability of the nation may be compromised. Singapore's strategic location could make it a battleground for larger conflicts, jeopardizing the safety of its citizens. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.